question.
And what was the, on the last series that you guys had, they backed up deep there, what was the thought process in what were you guys just trying to do there with the play calling and setting up everything?
I sat in a similar situation with you last week and said we got to be good on first down. We got a TFL on that play, and then, we were dialing up a pass for TD. We wanted to get a couple yards and, have them play a little lower, stop first down, and that's what happens when you're not efficient on first down. Gotta be efficient.
Allan, when it gets to 4th and 1, like if you don't knock the guy backwards, is it going to be really hard to get the spot?
Most definitely. I mean, like it all starts up front. We got to be able to knock the guys back and get, like we said, the line of scrimmage. So yeah, that's sounds about right.
How agonizing is it when they're just kind of just winding the clock down like that on that last drive?
It's not really agonizing. It's just we gotta understand, like when you playing these military teams, it's really about discipline and just understanding like you can't get bored with the basics. Like you gotta line up and keep doing the same thing over and over until the clock says 0-0.
What did the two of you guys say to the team now? I know you have to take things one day at a time, but now it's 2 games left for bowl eligibility. What did you guys say, or have you said anything?
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we meet tomorrow as a defense, so that's when I address them. But pretty much the message I have for them is just to like keep moving forward. Like it's over. We got 24 hours to feel this and understand that like we lost and what we did wrong. Look over the tape and stuff like that. But after that, like we don't have time next week. We have to get our bodies back and start getting into like our next opponent, so we can be able to be prepared for next week and get it done.
Evan, did that throw to Peter the last play of the half? Did it not come out right?
I threw it too soon. I threw it too soon. It was didn't need to be that high, but I just threw it too soon. It's literally that simple.
Evan, you guys were 2 and 8 on third down conversion.
What's that?
You guys were 2 and 8 on third down conversions. What was the struggle for you?
Obviously, we'll go back and look at the tape. 2 and 8's not winning football. I think anyone can tell you that. Props to them at the same time, but we'll watch the tape and there's 8-10 plays off the top of my head when we go back and look at the iPad that could change the story of that game. And the model won't change. It's all about us and how we execute and move forward.
How do you approach things offensively with these guys when they can chew things up? Do you between trying to be aggressive and trying to run it? Like how do you approach things on offense when you're going up against them and what they do and chewing up time?
You have to be efficient. You can't be 3rd and 8. You have to be efficient. Keep our defense off the field, and you can't win off field goals. You can't win off field goals against. I don't care who it is. It could be Howard. It could be Ohio State. You can't win off field goals. You gotta score 6s by 6s.
I think over the course of the game, you probably might have had 4 or 5 times where you had to throw it away, where it seemed like you had time. Any similarity to last week in terms of the coverage that they had on the 3 guys when they were out there, or the 4 guys?
That's a good question. I mean, everything just, game's over, so we'll go back and look. They definitely took stuff away from East Carolina and probably some stuff on third down, with some blitz patterns and stuff. But we gotta go digest the film, and we have this bye week coming up, which is crucial. We are banged up. We've had a tough stretch of games. We gotta utilize it both mentally, kind of taking a load off, but at the same time looking at a good Tulane football team, and we gotta bounce back.
You guys
Question for each guy.
You guys led in time to possession first half. Then the second half you obviously didn't. What was the difference there?
I mean, I think in the first half, offense was doing a good job staying on the field, like holding the ball, and then the defense was doing a good job getting off the field. That's always going to be the case when you playing teams like this. They kind of like thrive off time of possession. They want to have the whole clock. So we were doing a good job in the first half. Second half, like Evan said, we was less efficient on both sides of the ball. So
I felt like last year you guys talked to you about the physicality part, and I do feel like you guys showed that a lot this game. Knowing that they're going to run the ball just about every play, from a fan perspective, what do we not see that makes them so good though, for the, even though you know it's coming?
I guess you could say like, I mean, it's not like regular. Well, it's football, but it's not like what you're gonna see when you play like I don't know like Tulane or Oklahoma and stuff like that. They blocking a little different. It's just a different mentality. Like they just execute and they dive into the ground, cut blocks and stuff like that. We don't really face on the regular, but there's really no excuses. Like we practice all that stuff throughout the week. We just got to come out here and get our jobs done.
Allan, first drive, the second half, that ended up being the difference in the game. I guess they hit the big pass. Did they just, I don't know, start getting downhill after that? They converted that fourth down?
Yeah, like it kind of looked like the first half we had them backed up and they was cutting us, and then during the second half it kind of like waited for I guess our secondary to fall asleep, kept trying to run the ball, and then they needed a play, so they took a shot.
Okay.